All right, it's time. It's been, I think, a couple years now since I've done a video like this. I stick to my word when I tell you I do buy a new bottle every year. People probably think I'm just lying or, you know, just for whatever reason just saying that, but it's true. I like to stay up to date with what's happening with this fragrance because, well, every time I feature or even just mention in passing the name of this fragrance, it starts a just flame-throwing, pitchfork-tossing war. And so I like to, you know, kind of be informed if what these people are saying is true or if it's just, you know, false information. And yeah, I'm talking about, I just bought the newest possible bottle that I could buy of Creed Aventus. This is, in fact, the metal cap version. So I don't know how well this is going to show up. You hear that? It's metal. It's all black on the top. It looks sick. The fit around the collar is very tight. Like this can just kind of sit there. Anyone who's been around Creeds for a good amount of time, like I have, I started my niche collection off with Creed. I started with Mancera and then got to Creed. Their bottles have always been kind of janky and cheap in my opinion. So, I mean, you could see the difference here. This is the old style plastic cap with the silver. There's a big difference here. And also the metal cap on the new one adds such a you know, a nice heft, top heavy, and it just really, I mean, it's a great improvement. It immediately upgrades the feel of the presentation, makes it feel more premium with a very simple fix. And another thing we have to address is Creed, they're tired of people's crap. And so now their batch codes are significantly different. New bottle, again, new bottle. This is batch or lot number F000212. Now immediately I know what's going to happen here is people are going to say, oh, you bought a fake. This is fake, blah, blah, blah. It's not fake. Start doing some research, start looking around online. You'll see bottles straight from Creed themselves are coming out with these weird lot numbers. I saw one earlier that was literally all zeros, like 10 or 12 zeros or something. Legitimately, it was on the box and bottle. So things are changing big time. So to all of my batch lovers out there, it's going to get a little bit more confusing. Now, as a side-by-side, I grabbed, I believe, if I can get to the bottom of it, this is 1901N. Maybe I will try to get something a little bit newer. This is 20A01N. Same thing. I mean, look, I'm not going to spend too much time comparing it to old batches because it doesn't matter. But the point is, I'm going to be smelling this. I've already smelled it. I'm going to be talking about this newest batch of Creed Aventus. I'm going to tell you just in general how it compares to the past couple years worth of batches and how much it's changed, how it performs, and just in general, if it is still Creed Aventus at heart, or if it's some brand new mutilated piece of junk scent like a lot of people claim it to be. And by the way, that happens every year. There are some 2016, 2017 batches where people were saying the same thing, and now people are selling those for like $1,000. So that always happens, but it's just kind of funny. So like I said, I've been testing this for a while. I should have done a first impressions, but I wanted to wrap it up all into one video. But I will give you my first impression thoughts. Like immediately when I first sprayed this one on and tried it for the first time, immediately my kind of perception of it was that it was much more musky than any other batch of Aventus that I have and that I've smelled. And so I'll do one more spray and just kind of smell it up in the air. Like for me, it's much more musky and sweet. You still get the pineapple, of course. You still get some of the birch, the woods, right? Some of the black currant, but the black currant is relatively prominent here, adding to the sweetness. Good dose of just, I don't know, some other sweet kind of syrupy accords. It could even be the pineapple. How it's coming across here is a more syrupy pineapple rather than a very citric and fresh pineapple note. Just some things to consider. But again, like I had mentioned, it really does have much more of a musk-forward smell here with this one, and just a little bit more aromatic overall, which kind of surprised me, but not in a bad way either. You know, for me, Aventus is Aventus. No matter what the variations are, I still love this DNA. And as soon as I first sprayed this one on and smelled it, it was that Aventus DNA that I still love so much to this day. So of course, this is very biased because I love the scent. It's always been that way ever since my first bottle. My first bottle was a 2017. I still have it. And then I ended up getting some batches from a few years before that. But really, I've been wearing it for a long time. I've worn so many clones before I could buy it. And even after, I still test and wear clones and review them. I just love and I'm obsessed with this DNA. And it's still, to this day, one of my go-to going out scents. If I'm going to be going out and doing anything fun with friends or whatever, this is my top pick usually. Just a couple weeks ago, this was my pick going out. It just consistently has always been that way for me. And so also to that point, one thing that you can best believe is that if they tweaked this to the point where it was messed up, I would definitely be saying something about it. I have no issues about, vocalizing that because, well, Creed already doesn't like me because I didn't really give Aventus Cologne the best review when it first came out because they sent me a carded sample. I said it's okay, don't really care for it. And then when they started sending out a bunch of other stuff like the 10th anniversary version of Creed Aventus, I was not put on that list. I actually messaged them saying, hey, I moved addresses. This was over last summer. And I just made them aware like, hey, I moved. If you do plan on ever sending anything in the future, just don't send it to that old address. Let me know first. And they just left me on red on Instagram and I never heard from them since. So Creed already doesn't like me. And I would rip into this if it was messed up, but it really isn't. And for the record, I did buy the 10th anniversary. It's not a whole lot different. I wouldn't waste your money on that. But what I do like about this is the fact that the performance is still very good on my skin. I've never had a performance issue with Aventus. I have had olfactory fatigue, anosmia issues with Aventus and Aventus-like fragrances multiple times. In fact, I still do from time to time. I've adjusted my spraying routine and method for when I wear fragrances like this now. I avoid anything in front. So I don't spray my chest or I don't spray the front of my neck. That is if I'm worried about that. If I'm going to be going out, I'll still hit a couple sprays up front anyway. I just know that I'll go nose blind to it. But if you're trying to avoid going nose blind to this, spray everything behind you, not in front of you, because that constant radiation of the scent going straight up your nose, it's going to blow your olfactory senses out within a couple hours. And then you end up as one of those people who say, this fragrance only lasts 2 hours, right? Happens with a bunch of stuff. So this one has been a consistently great performer for me. I've been wearing it in fall weather, which isn't the ultimate test, but I would still have confidence that even throughout wintertime, it's still going to do great, just like all my other bottles of Aventus. Quality is great on this one as well, as you would expect from Creed. Their presentations lack, and their scents, it's not like they're the ultimate niche brand that produces the highest quality of things, because they don't. But one thing's for sure, you can smell the impact that these notes and these fragrances have. You can smell the depth, and they still do have great quality. I really am happy with my Creeds when it comes to scent quality. Performance on some other ones can be an issue. Aventus, it's never been for me. And so talking about the differences between this and like the 2020 bottle here, or my 19 or my 18, 7, whatever, you will notice that, again, for me, none of the new ones are going to have that same type of kind of woody character that some of the old ones had. And not even smoky, that's going way back. But like my 2017 bottle, there's a specific distinct characteristic that it has, just how the woods mix together, that I can, and kind of a spiciness too, that I smell and I know immediately that's an older bottle. None of the new ones have that. To me, it's not a big deal. I wear my new ones more than my old ones. Presentation wise, one thing I do want to point out as well, I forgot to, you'll notice another key difference here on the front is on the new bottle, the Creed lettering is not painted anymore. Old Creed lettering, silver plastic junky cap. New Creed lettering, clear, metal cap, heavy, feels much better. Not a big deal because this paint on the Creed logo will actually wear off. Imagine that, right? Something wearing off. The lot numbers on these wear off really easily as well, so try not to touch the bottom or the sides of where the lot number is if you care about trying to preserve that, because even just touching it, even the stamped ones, it'll wear off, and especially the ones with ink, it'll be gone in a couple years. So presentation-wise, huge upgrade, like I said. Scent-wise, still very much Aventus, but muskier and a little bit sweeter. I actually really like it. So that's going to do it for me. The newest bottle of Creed Aventus, or at least the newest I could get. I can't imagine it's going to be a whole lot much more different, you know, a couple months apart, you know, from the new one, but it's kind of what it is. I did want to get a metal cap one, so that's kind of what I was going for, and I still am very happy with it. Love the scent, love the upgrade to the presentation. And is this still worth buying in 2022 going into 23? Absolutely. Is it worth buying at retail, $470? No. If you have the choice between not buying it or buying it and it's retail, I would say don't buy it. But luckily, you've got the choice to not buy at retail, guys. Discounters, all the big ones stock this for a price below that retail cost. I'll link it to the best price down below, but that is the way to go. Creed Aventus, the newest batch, gets my stamp of approval. Love it. If you can swing it, definitely go for it. If not, there's tons of clones and I've covered them multiple times on my channel. Check those videos out. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.